Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today I wanted to show you guys this footage of me doing my nails because there was plenty of times where I wanted to pretty much give up because they weren't coming out the way I wanted them to. But I'm just going to show you guys all the mistakes I made throughout the process. So here's my first mistake, and it was really small. I had put the nail on extremely crooked, and it wasn't that big of a deal. I just popped the nail off and reapplied it. Normally, I would push my cuticles back first and then prep my nails, but I wasn't keeping these nails on, so I wasn't really too concerned about doing that step. And here, I'm doubling the tips on all my fingers. Right now, I'm cutting my nails into my preferred length, and I wasn't paying attention to how much I was cutting them, so I made my pinky a little too short. But I later tried to fix this mistake when I was shaping my nails. I'm not sure why exactly I was trying to move so fast, but please take your time. Throughout this video, I made plenty of really small mistakes that could have been prevented if I was paying more attention as I was working. But here I'm just cutting the side pieces of my nails off so it'll be easier for me to shape them. And I noticed that one of the fingernails wasn't pressed all the way down. And if I didn't take it off, there was really nothing for me to do about it. So I ended up just leaving it because it wasn't bothering me too much. Here are some nail files that I like to use, and everything I used in this video will be in the description box below. My shaping method for double tips is really easy. I'm just going to take my nail file and file up and down against the sidewall of the nail. I have a separate video where I show how I like to shape my nails using double tips. If you guys are interested in watching that video, I'm going to drop that down below as well. After filing my nails, I noticed that they clearly wasn't the same length, and kinda off camera I went back to correct this mistake. So normally I use NSI Dehydrator, Young Nails Protein Bond, and No Lift Primer. But I was saying that I didn't use any of these things on my nails because I was only doing them for the video. I'm gonna be using a size 10 crimped brush, and I'll be using powders from Picasso Powders, Mia Secret, and iGel Beauty. And lastly, my monomer and my clear acrylic is from NSI Attraction. When I'm doing nails, I always put a little bit of clear on the natural nail bed before I do my designs. And right here, I was just trying to go for a marble look, and I'm going to show you guys what I did. First, using a wet bead of my white acrylic, I'm just going to spread the acrylic across my nail. And I'm constantly dipping my brush back into the monomer to continue to spread the acrylic around and give it a marble look. As you guys could see, I'm using the same method with my pink acrylic powder, and I'm next going to take a little bit of my glitter acrylic and spread it around the nail. So I was being extra and wanted to add more detail to the nail, so I'm taking my gold flakes and I'm adding them near the cuticle and near the corner of my nail. Right here, I was starting to get so cocky, and I'm like, yes, look at my nails. But this is the exact moment I started to mess up at, this exact moment. So as I was beginning to cap my nail, I was starting to get nervous for some reason. Due to this nervousness, it was causing me to mess up, and my second bead was way too small and way too high up on the nail, which caused the nail to be lumpy. Of course, after I noticed that I did that, I went back in and I was trying to make the nails still be just as smooth with a nice apex, but it just wasn't working. And because of that, I started to lose confidence, and it affected how the rest of my nails came out. So I just want to tell you guys to please relax, because you can't do stuff like this on clients. Have I did stuff like this before on clients? Definitely. There has been times where I got nervous and it affected the way the nails came out. But I don't know. I'm just, I make it work. But you can't do that. You cannot do that, and you can't get nervous if someone's paying for the set. And I know how it could be, especially when you're first starting. But you have to overcome that nervousness and just continue to push yourself so that you don't mess up the rest of the set. Right here, I kind of paused and was looking at the nail and tried to smudge the side, I guess. I don't know what's going on here, but I know my application wasn't as smooth as it normally was, and I was getting extremely upset. The whole purpose of me doing my nails was to show you guys how to do French tip nails on myself. I've only done French tip on myself once, but due to the fact that I lost confidence as I was doing the previous nail, I decided to go for a marble ombre instead. For this nail, I am taking random wet beads and placing it onto the nail, and I'm just mixing it around to give it a tie-dye marble look. Now I'm taking a bead of my Mia Secret Cover Pink and blending it into the pink colors. Here I started to mess up on this nail as well. I was using way too much nude, and the nude at the top of my nail was way too thick, and I also missed a spot on my nail which made it worse. So I was just trying to fix it, and using the clear I tried to even the nail out and still build an apex, but I knew I was gonna have to go back in and file it. Here, I continued to cap the top of my nail while I already knew it was too thick, and this is what I mean by small mistakes that could have been prevented, because now it's just entirely way too thick at the top of my nail and it looks crazy, but I was able to go back and fix it. But due to me giving up on myself, it just wasn't coming out right. Like once I gave up on myself, everything else was just falling apart. Even now, I've never used this white acrylic on anybody unless I was doing marble nails, because sometimes this acrylic is extremely thick and hard to blend. It's like every time I order a new bottle, the consistency is different. I'm not sure if you guys experienced that with this Mia Secret White, but I didn't know how to angle my hand as I was trying to apply the acrylic. So I continued to apply my acrylic in extremely small beads because I was sick of messing up and I just wanted to move slow at this point. Once again, I had missed a spot on my nail, so I was going back in with my white acrylic and filling it in. Do y'all see this? It looks crazy. Like it looks very thick and lumpy. But for my pinky finger, I used the same method I used for my pointer finger. So I'm not really going to show too much of that. Here, I went back and added more clear acrylic, I guess hoping to save the nail. I honestly shouldn't have did this, but I felt like my nails were way too thin, but were like fat at the top, so I was just trying to fix it. I don't really have too much to say about my thumb application. It was a pretty ombre, that's really all I did, and I never really paid too much attention to my thumbs when I'm doing my own nails. So, I wasn't really too bothered with this. Here you could tell that I was starting to get upset even more just because I didn't even remove the wet sticky acrylic paper towel from under me as I was starting to file my nails. Honestly, my eighth mistake was definitely giving up. I really didn't want to do it anymore. Like, my girlfriend's in the room. She's like, are you okay? Like, because I'm huffing and I'm puffing. I had an attitude. I'm like, yo, how am I going to fix these nails? Because I didn't just sit here and spend 2 hours doing them just to have to just cut them off and throw away the footage. I also started to file right here a little too much, but I just wanted to say, like, always have confidence in yourself. I was by myself for some time and still was a little nervous. I'm not sure if it was because of the camera or whatever, but it's okay to be nervous. It's 100% okay. Like, everyone gets nervous, but you still, like I said earlier, you have to push yourself through that and just tell yourself to continue. And if you make one mistake, that doesn't mean to continue to let more happen. You guys can now see where I filed the nail a little too much, but I decided to do some 3D flowers to cover this up. I was so upset, y'all. Like, I was looking at these nails like, do you want to post these? Like, should you post these? I was just having a mini battle with myself, like just trying to decide what I wanted to do. So now I'm using my Zulay nail bling glue in order to get my diamonds to stick. And I just pulled out a couple diamonds from the box, so I didn't plan on using too many on this set. Now I was doing 3D flowers on myself for the first time, and because I was upset, the beads weren't all the same size, but the flowers still came out really nice. Mindset for me clearly played a large role, and I'm pretty sure there are thousands of other people that are like this, but trust me, just stay positive. And if you guys are interested in learning how to do these flowers, I have a separate video that I've did, and I'm gonna link that video in the description box below. As I said earlier, I was making my beads different sizes by accident, and one of my flowers had 6 petals. I don't even do 6 petal flowers. Now, once again, I'm using my Zulay nail bling glue in order to get my stones to stick, and this glue is very strong. The stones not coming off if you use this glue, but me adding the stones right here definitely covered up where it was a little too thick. I was able to shave it down a lot, but I still just didn't like how it looked. So unfortunately, I didn't plan on posting this at first, so I didn't really show my nails too much after I put them in the lamp. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that this video helped you guys know that everybody goes through issues. All nail techs have problems, at least at first. Even though it's been a year for me, I still face problems, especially when it comes to doing my own nails. But if you guys want to see more videos in the future, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm going to see you guys next week.